Sunday night. It was great to get into Acrisure Stadium. Got a lot of great work done. Got 122 plays on offense and defense. Defense won the scrimmage, and usually turnovers. But I think we got 122 snaps on on offense, defense. We got 42 snaps on special teams. So we got I think we left about 9:15. So we got good work in. Again, walking out of there, I told the kids afterwards that, hey, I like what I saw. Again, I don't care who wins the scrimmage. It doesn't come down to that. But just the execution, the details were much better. We had cut down the missed assignments, offensively and defensively, by 37, I think, compared to the first scrimmage. So that's a lot. And again, that's just being very picky at each position. But so we eliminated, the mental errors, and so overall, when you walk out, you go, it's a pretty good football team when you walk out. Again, we still got a ways to go. We aren't near where we want to be, but I was excited about what we did.
Who had those takeaways?
Who had the takeaways? Shadarian Harris had a nice one, a little change of a coverage, kind of surprised the offense. I'm trying to think who else. Again, with the twos, with the young guys had a couple, like Josh Guerriere had one, nice diving catch. I'm trying to think of who else had one. Again, we had drops too. You talk about like the catches. You also had drops. There's another one stands out to me. Nothing else with the ones, probably. I can't think of them. So.
Would you characterize them more as takeaways or giveaways? How did they?
Takeaways. One was a takeaway. The one Drip got was, he did a great job disguising the whole thing. It's, that was good. Obviously, we had a wrong route on that play as well. But, so we're good there. And then the other ones were kind of, underthrow balls, whatever. So they were, but there was pressure on the quarterback and all that stuff. So I'm not worried about that. Those are, we've asked our quarterback to go ahead and, take shots down the field, wherever it may be. Just want to be aggressive with the ball. I would good. Those, it won't happen in, better not happen in games. But
how would you characterize Eli's performance?
I think overall, when you look at it, he had a good day. He can always get better, just like everybody on a football team. But I was happy with him. I think the quarterback played solid again against a stingy defense.
What about the rest of the offense? Any impressions there?
Yeah, I liked what I saw. Like I said, the execution part of it. I thought our O-line did a heck of a job compared to the first scrimmage. And again, I know offense won the first scrimmage, wasn't very happy with the offense. But then offense loses the second scrimmage, and I'm happy with the offense. So the protection was good. I thought we did a much better job. What we did during the week paid off as far as, those little things you're talking about, like, hey, we got to get better at this today. We got to take care of this. I thought our protection was good, and I thought we ran the ball good. Des didn't get any reps. So anytime you don't have Des back there, it's a whole different element to the game. But, I thought Jewell's golf did a heck of a job as far as just running the ball with the ones. And, he had some great cuts out there, too. So we ran the ball more effectively, did a great job on normal, on early downs. We didn't do a great job with 2 minutes at the end offensively. Defense won that 2 minutes.
Des hasn't played in this scrimmage yet. I think this summer, is that just kind of a caution?
Yes, cautionary. Des is healthy, ready to go. We'll make sure that, again, he's practiced hard every day, and I'm happy where he is. So I wanted he'd be getting reps.
Has there been?
He's again, the tailback is so much different than every other position. If you get hit every week, you could get hit by 7 guys on one play if I stick him out there. So we've just been, and who I thank? I think Coach LL, helps me out on that because I got a hard time with it. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, Michigan State, that guy was a war daddy, but he's a bigger back. But, I was like, Coach, I don't think you should do it. And I'm like, okay, you're right. So he calms me down, keeps me off the cliff there.
We talked a little offensive line last week, and a name that kind of came up that interested me was Ryan Coretta. How's he coming along? Is he pushing for any first-time reps?
Not pushing for first-time reps, but being that next guy in, and that inside, yes, he's doing a heck of a job. He's doing a really nice job in it. So we've been happy, and we're able to get him some guard and center reps by just moving things around. So we're happy with him too.
So after that last scrimmage, I forget if it was you or I think Lou might have told us that a lot of the young guys got reps. I mean, what was the split between first and second and third team reps on Sunday?
Pretty even. It was like 45 plays with the ones, 45 plays with the twos, and I want to say 25 plays with the threes. So that's, so again, we held out who we need to. Kyle Lewis didn't take a ton of them. He might have had 25. We didn't need to see 45 out of him. So just coaches being smart and getting the guys developed that need to be developed. The guys are going to help us. I mean, Nick Lappy had a heck of a scrimmage. I'm happy with where he is. He's being the most consistent he's been. So I thank his mother out there because she's helped him get consistent. Sean Lee has emerged. You talk about some of those young guys that have emerged. Sean Lee's emerged and showed some nice things. And then one other guy just to mention is Max Hunt. I probably haven't talked about Sean Lee or Max Hunt a lot, but Max Hunt, freshman tight end, he's kind of a gamer. Sometimes you see different stuff when you go in the stadium. He just makes plays. He's done it in practice, but he's just consistent. And he catches the ball, he makes plays, he runs well, and I'm happy where he is.
Has there been any separation at left tackle or defensive end?
Okay, left tackle. I would say this at left tackle. Percy, probably, is doing pretty good at that position. But Stanley, Kendall Stanley's still good too. So I'm like, either one of those guys plays it, or I'm happy. And then at the defensive end spot, again, we can rotate guys. We're going to stay fresh. So I'm happy at that position as well. I mean, Joey Zielinski has he stacked 2 or 3 really good days together. But, the combination of Blaine and Jay Moore had a nice scrimmage again. Jimmy Scott wasn't, he's not flashing like those other guys do, but, we know Jimmy's good. But I like to see him show a little bit more, on game day. Who am I missing? Those are guys who?
Jaden?
Yeah, Jaden Moore, I already said, Jaden Moore, Zielinski, Spires stand out to me. Obviously, there's somebody else I'm missing.
Nate?
Who's that? Yeah. Nate, Zach Carruthers has done a nice job. Nate's been solid. Got a lot of talent in front of him right now. There's a lot of competition in that room. That DN tackle group's pretty good.
At this point in camp, do you start focusing towards game planning? Like, does Duquesne come into mind now?
No, we'll wait probably a couple more days here before we get in. Right now we're worried about Pitt. Right now the game plan is make sure Pitt is as good as we can be in all the fundamentals. So we got time on them. We've worked all summer on them as far as summer scouting reports. We know who they are. The big thing is we don't beat Pitt. We beat Pitt. We beat ourselves. We've got problems. So our fundamentals still, we want to continue to sharpen those things as we go.
Was Boosie able to get any reps? I know he's
Justin, you're late today.
I am.
I know he's been banged up a little bit during practice, and so I'm curious.
Yeah, he's getting closer. Like I said, at one point we brought him back too early, mistake, and we're going to be very cautious with him. But like Joel's golf, he's really good. So we'll get Boosie ready to go when it's time. But right now, he hasn't taken that many reps, but he'll be ready.
Hey, can I ask you about Eli?
Say it again.
Can I ask you about Eli?
Yeah.
When you compare him to this time last year, is the more noticeable difference physical stuff, footwork, accuracy, or is it mental, grasp of the playbook, leadership, that kind of thing?
I would say it's mental and grasping the playbook and grasping and understanding defenses. I mean, that's really what it is, I'd say. He's a year older. He's doing a great job leading. But it's just really understanding, what offense, what they're doing as a whole on offense, and really what the coverage is, and just ball coming out quicker.
Friday, you said you might have some injury updates, season-ending stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to wait maybe a day or two just to make sure I got good information for you, but that'll come soon.
Anything else?
Okay.